a quick message because God is really making a change in my life, like for the better, y'all, okay? And I'm not saying my life was like horrible before or nothing like that, but I'm saying in the face of adversity, you know, when everything else is changing around you, if you hold on to God's unchanging hand, everything will fall into place. And I'm going to explain this to y'all, okay? Because a lot has been happening with me in life. And at first, you know, I was like, oh my God. I'm going to be very completely honest with you guys and open right now, okay? I was about to lose my apartment, all right? Like, I'm so serious. I was about to lose my apartment. When you struggle, I just want to let you guys know this, okay? When you struggle and you feel like you want to backtrack and go back to what usually has comforted you, and maybe your relationship with God is new, maybe you're not used to having that relationship with God, but if you hold on to God and if you trust God, if you trust that there is a plan for you, and if you trust that God will make a way out of no way for you, even when it seems like nothing is possible, when you think something is not possible, okay? If you ask God for help, if you open your mouth and if you just ask him what you really need, it'll be like divine intervention, okay? And he will give you what you need. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys a story. I've been stressed out, so stressed out last month, because I thought that I was going to lose my apartment, y'all, for real. But I thought that I was going to lose my apartment because I did not renew my lease when I was supposed to renew my lease. So I called, you know, the rental office to renew my lease, and they're like, hold up, you were supposed to renew in August and it's November. So they were like, we gave your apartment away. Your apartment was given away to somebody else. And I'm like, do you guys have any other availability on the property at all? Like, can I move, you know, on another property? Because, you know, 2 months is not enough time for me to actually get an apartment. So, you know, they were like, no, just flat out no. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So, y'all, I was like stressing out because, you know, it's the holidays, you know, we got Christmas coming up, my daughter's birthday coming up in January. My birthday is in 2 days from now. My birthday is December 9th. And I was just like, oh my God, like what I'm gonna do? Like, I gotta get my daughter Christmas gifts, you know. I'm like, man, like I was stressing out, y'all. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to pay the deposit. I'm gonna have to pay to get into the apartment, first month's rent, blah, blah. Like, and then I had to start searching for apartments and stuff. So it just seemed impossible, you know. Like, I talked to the rental office multiple times. I talked to the regional manager, you know, and it just seemed like an impossible situation that I was going through. So I was talking to my pastor, and he was like, how would you like it if I came to the rental office with you just to talk to them and you know, see what's going on? And I was like, okay. So he ended up coming down to the rental office and everything to talk to them. And I'm so thankful for him doing that because I have a place to stay now. We worked it out, you know, and it just seemed like an impossible situation, and God made it possible, you know. So I'm so thankful for God's work and him being in my life, because I've been on this journey where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give God my full attention. Like, I'm gonna give him my full attention. 2 months ago, when I said I'm gonna give God my full attention, and it's been so many trials along the way, trials and tests, you guys, that, you know, I've been trying to walk on my journey, and it's just been boom, block, you know, or like boom, block, you know, like, but I've been sure not to get pushed back, you know, like I might run into a roadblock, you know, but I pray, you know, I might go around that roadblock, or I just pray for God to remove that roadblock completely so that I can continue on my journey. And that is what God has been doing in my life, okay? On every single test, I make sure not to go backwards to what used to comfort me before, but I'm going forward on my journey. I'm holding on to God's hand, and I'm just going forward. And God has been opening doors that I didn't even know, could open, And it's not just him opening doors, it's me doing the work too, to where I'm knocking on these doors, to where I'm putting in the work to get through these doors. But like, I can knock, but it's only so much I can knock for that door don't have to open for me. But God has been opening these doors. God has been opening doors that I haven't even knocked at, or he's been opening doors that because I knocked at that door, he might open that door. Just because this door don't open don't mean it's not another door that can open for me. So hold on to God's unchanging hand when everything around you is changing. If you're struggling, let God show you who he is and what he can do. Okay, let him show you that. Okay, but you got to stay on your journey. You got to stay on your path, and you have to stay focused. Okay, and it's a personal journey. Your journey with God is personal. Okay, so it's up to you to listen to God's voice and to hear his voice, just like he hears your prayers out of millions of people. Okay, billions of people. He hears your voice and he may answer your prayer. Okay, and sometimes if he don't answer your prayer, a delay is not a denial. Okay, so sometimes you have to be patient. Our ways and our thoughts are not like God. So sometimes we be like, all right, it's time. Let's do it right now. And God might say, it is not time yet, and he'll show you in time why it's not time yet. But you have to be patient. You have to trust, and you have to have that faith. Okay. So think of faith like this. You can't see God, right? You can't see God. But imagine in the face of adversity, I've talked about this before, if a lion is roaring in your face, okay? If a lion is roaring right in your face, sometimes you want to turn around and run. But that's the trick, okay? Because the tribe of the lion is behind you, okay? All of that lion's friends is behind you, waiting for you to devour you, okay? And when you turn around and when you run back to what's comforting, okay? Because I'm not going to lie, when I'm in the face of adversity, when that lion is roaring, I want to turn around, I want to run. But as soon as you turn around and you run, guess whose hand you let go of? You let go of God's hand, okay? Even though you can't see God standing right next to you, he is telling you, I am here to fight that lion with you. I gave you the tools that you need to fight that lion, and you are not fighting that lion alone. I am right next to you. Okay, so as soon as you turn around, you let go of his hand and you are devoured, okay? Or if things seem like they're not going your way, just keep going forward, okay? Because I'm going to tell you, all right? When I'm in that face, when that lion is in my face, I'm terrified, in the face of adversity. I'm terrified. I don't want to go forward. But I have faith that God is right here next to me. I don't know what's going to happen, when I go forward. I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm scared that I'm going to get devoured. But I have to put my trust in God, and I have to have faith that he is going in there with me, okay, and that he's going to fight that lion with me. So have faith in God, put your trust in God, and let him show you. Let him show you, okay, what's possible. Let him show you what he can do for you, okay? So I put my trust in God, and I am wholeheartedly, happy with the things that God is showing me, how he can move things in my life, how he can move unmovable things in my life. It's such a blessing, I just have to continue to put my trust in him, because I'm like, man, God is showing me what he can do for me. Now I have to be obedient, and I have to do something for him. And I told y'all it's a personal journey, so what I have to do for him ain't gonna be what you have to do for him. You got to listen to God's voice, and you got to figure out what you need to do in your life and do for him. I had to make some personal changes in my life, and he's just been opening doors for me left and right. So I believe in God wholeheartedly, and I thank him for this, apartment situation, getting it situated and everything. And I feel truly blessed in my life to know God and to walk with God. And yeah, if you guys, have an inspiring story, or if you guys want to know more about my walk with God, let me know in the comments, okay? Let me know. So I'll talk to you guys later.